Is astrology a guide to aid us in mastering the universe? This is the Cosmic Community Podcast with Galactic Ambassador Stacey Dredd. Hey everyone, thanks for being tuned in to KPOV 88.9 FM, your high desert community radio in Bend, Oregon. Hope you are having a good day. This is Stacey Dredd, Galactic Ambassador in the Cosmic Community, our astrology program here on KPOV Tuesdays, 4:30 to 5 p.m., where we get into the week's planetary and lunar influences, and explore how we may be able to work with these energies and live within these cycles to be in more harmony with the universe and create a more benevolent life for all. Doesn't sound too bad, and we are doing it right here on KPOV. We have just freshly come off of our fall pledge drive, and it was fantastic, and went into the final wee moments, and it looks like we are indeed going to be making it to our $45,000 goal. That is so amazing. So thank you so much for being part of it. And amazing stuff. We were just over the weekend, as we were finishing the pledge drive, experiencing astrologically some big things. So on Saturday, the 22nd, we had the Sun and Venus meet up for a beautiful conjunction at 29 degrees of Libra, and that was a beautiful reset moment, and we're still feeling this energy when Venus, the planet of love and trust and money and our value system, meets up with the giant expressive fiery energy of the Sun. That is a reset moment. That's a reset moment for all of our systems that we create around what we value, how we show to ourselves and to others that we value things and them. This is also Libra being the sign of relationships, that this could have been a reset point within relationships. 29 degrees of Libra is what's known as the anaretic degree, the final degrees of any sign. Is like the last chance summer dance, almost like that song that we were listening to. It just felt like kind of like such a beautiful way to send out officially all of that warm summertime energy and weather that we had here in Bend anyways. And it just felt like so long ago that we were out by the rivers and feeling the warmth of the sun on our skin. And a big weekend of transitions also felt because on the 23rd, on Sunday, we had Saturn station direct, and this is going to be still felt as a very still point for Saturn, but this is a turning point in the energy regarding our responsibilities, the way that we go about, fulfilling our responsibilities. Aquarius is a tough sign for Saturn to be in. So it's kind of like learning the lessons the hard way a little bit there. And so with Saturn moving direct, we can finally start to see some forward movement in regards to, those Saturnian themes that we went through during the retrograde cycle. Venus and the Sun moving into Scorpio, and Scorpio season beginning also on the 23rd. So here we are on Tuesday the 25th, and we have our new moon partial solar eclipse at 2 degrees of Scorpio. And this is now another reset button, as every new moon is, the opportunity to create new intentions, to start new things around the energies of, in this case, Scorpio. Scorpio is a deep, deep energy. It is not afraid to go to those, to go to the depths, to go to those deep places, to root things out, and shine some light in those super shadowy areas. And so that is indeed the energy that we are feeling here today. I love that I'm in the studio delivering this astrology report on the solar eclipse day. I have some big Scorpio energies myself. So I think I just feel that depth, and me being one of those people who's not afraid to go there, but we can, if we are, one of these people who may be a little more sensitive to these dark areas, we're talking about Scorpio themes, which is the least desirable sort of things to talk about. Scorpio represents all the taboo things, death, taxes, detoxing. This is also really important energy for diving into any kind of shamanic work or divination work or hypnotism. All of this just really, really strong within the Scorpio energies, and very much the sign of death and rebirth, so regeneration and transformation. Of course, when we go through these times of finding something out, getting some information, we weren't afraid to go to that dark place, and we got it. We got the information that we needed, but it was not desirable, right? It was not maybe the prettiest thing, it's something that's like not real easy to talk about. And this is a really great place to be, because we can work through something really tough, transform it, transmute it into something else, and move forward then. This is like heavy psychic energy when we're talking about Scorpio. So, if you get really strong visions, or just kind of that, if you're detoxing and, something really comes through, to not be afraid to turn and face the demons, right? To, turn and face the skeletons in the closet. This is, I guess, my Halloween show, so it's perfect talking about all of the stuff that Scorpio represents, sewage, sludge, wounds, dripping blood, scarred tissue, it's just, those are the themes. That's where we can go. And so 2 degrees of Scorpio is where this new moon eclipse is happening today. The 25th of October, the Scorpio is going to lay to rest anything that's no longer serving our greater good. We're going to have some really highly intuitive moments within here, creating an opportunity for transformation and creating an opportunity for endings, for there to be slices, things being sliced off This is more of that bloody, gory, but we're talking about, slicing off the arm, slicing off the leg, slicing things out of our minds, mentally, maybe spiritually, psychically. I've been thinking a lot about protection, creating protection for ourselves around psychic attacks, right? We don't know what other folks or entities, are, trying to put something out there that could dumb us down, or something trying to dumb us down, and so whatever that all brought up for you is totally great. We have today this new moon energy, and we'll have this week also. So if you haven't done your new moon intention settings yet, you still have plenty of time to get that done, to create an opportunity to transform and transmute whatever karma is caught up in this new moon and this Scorpio energy for us. 444 is all over my clocks here. Stacy Dread, Galactic Ambassador in the cosmic community. I am discussing the week's energies in regards to the astrology, and another turning point for us this week is we've been following the retrograde action of all the planets, and this week we have Jupiter still in retrograde. Had been stationed retrograde in the sign of Aries, another energy that is like an initiator energy. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so it's the sign of starting new things, starting new cycles. And with Jupiter there messing around at the first degrees of Aries, we've already made a decision for a new beginning. And then Jupiter stationed retrograde and has now been traveling back towards the 0 degrees of Aries again. And this Friday, October 28th, is going to be re-entering the sign of Pisces, the 12th sign of the zodiac. We go back from our new beginning in Aries to that ending that we had been working with, and that we've been working with in this Jupiter retrograde cycle. So I went back, and this week, of course, Jupiter re-entering Pisces within just a couple of days of this new moon. So we kind of get like this little teaser this week. We have this new moon in Scorpio where we're ready to finally like slice it off, slice it away, be done with something, transform, transmute, have a new opportunity for resetting some karmic energy in our lives. And then we have Jupiter, the biggest planet in the solar system, carrying a ton of energy with him, re-entering, leaving this new beginning and traveling backwards into the sign of Pisces, which is all about the past. And also, Pisces is very much about our psychic intuition, and Neptune has been active in Pisces. So this is now then thrusting us back into what we thought we had already finished. And so this is great. It's an opportunity. Jupiter, of course, creating opportunities everywhere it goes, to then go back, reevaluate, see if that ending truly was the ending that we wanted to make, and actually getting another shot at it as Jupiter is going to station direct and come back through that 0 degree of Aries in December. So I thought it was really unique that these Jupiter points are actually lining up with the new moons. I went back to when Jupiter stationed retrograde, which was on July 28th. And back on July 28th of 2022, Jupiter stationed retrograde at just about 9 degrees of Aries. And that was the very same day of our Leo new moon. This was also the same week of a very fated conjunction between the North Node in Taurus, Mars, and Uranus. This was a really rare meetup of these three entities in Taurus, and that was the beginning of a new cycle there. It was also a moment of, I remember talking about it as like kind of a forceful point. Like, this is a fated moment. This is a forceful thing that is coming in no matter what you think about it. Jupiter stationing retrograde right on that same day of the new moon of July 28th. Now we fast forward to the last week of October. We have the new moon in Scorpio, and Jupiter making another big move in the retrograde cycle by re-entering Pisces this week. Now, we will be getting more to the story. We're having the opportunity to go back and reevaluate all of these points that Jupiter is now going to be going back over. And then on November 23rd, we have our Sagittarius new moon. And on that same day, we have Jupiter stationing direct. And so there is still a lot of information to be gathered. Are still the edits are being made. We are seeing what needs to be reevaluated, reasserted here within this big theme. So I'm staying tuned to this. We're going to definitely be feeling the opportunity for more of these endings as Jupiter is going to be in those last degrees of Pisces with Neptune. Once again, Stacy Dredd, Galactic Ambassador here in the Cosmic Community. I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who was part of the pledge drive last week. Really super appreciate you, and also appreciate Amy for coming in and letting me look at her birth chart with her. That was a lot of fun, and I'm going to have that episode up on the Stacy Dredd YouTube channel, and also it's in the archive on the Cosmic Community page on kpov.org. So if you'd like to go and share that or listen to that again, maybe there's some value there. You're learning about reading your birth chart for the first time, and so it's kind of nice to do that along with other people and kind of see how it goes for others and follow along. So that was a lot of fun, Amy. Thank you. I hope that was somewhat eye-opening for you, just kind of interesting new way to look at your life and just kind of how we fit into the greater picture of everything. So it was a lot of fun. And as I said last week, we are going to be in a completely different and new energy by the time we reached this weekend. It is totally true. I'm feeling it. It's just like the dark time of the moon. It's the dark time of the year. We haven't, flipped our little clocks ahead an hour so that, we get a little more light in the morning yet. So it's a really interesting time, and it's a good time to go inside. And another energy that's being felt is we have Mars slowing down to station retrograde this week. Mars has been slowing down for months. Mars is the most rare retrograde of all the planets. And so this is happening at 26 degrees of Gemini. So all the Gemini peeps out there and people with lots of Gemini in their chart can, expect to have a little bit of a slowdown. I mean, it goes for everybody, but when it's in that part of the chart, you can look and see, what is there in the middle of Gemini, and know that those things are going to be also going into an editing phase. Mars will be going retrograde until I think January. So this is just a brand new energy that we are going to be feeling into and starting to work with this week. Mars is our physical body. Mars represents everything that we feel, touch. It's also our warrior spirit. This is like our gumption, our courage, our, when we step up and do the mama bear and like protect our people. That's Mars coming through, the protector. And it's a very much an action oriented energy. So when Mars stations retrograde, it's like a strange feeling because we can kind of feel like, hey, why haven't I taken any more steps forward? Like I was making such good progress. Just know that is part of the Mars retrograde process, and we're all feeling it. So if things just like take a little bit longer to physically come down the line, give yourself extra time, get a little extra rest, because Mars in retrograde needs more rest, needs to move slower, needs more opportunities to stop and smell the roses, I guess. Lots of Scorpio energy coming into play this week with Mercury on the 29th of October, also moving into Scorpio. So, I mean, it's time for the deep dive. Scorpio also holds right now the south node, so that's why we have eclipses, because anything within 10-15 degrees of the north or south node makes one of these eclipse points. So this is a very fated time. Eclipses bring things into our lives. They remove things from our lives that are fated, that are that's what we are meant to have, so we can kind of work with it and be understanding of it, or we can fight it and be wondering all the time what's going on. There's a big tendency to kind of play be kind of victimized a little bit, but just know that everybody goes through this process, and there are more opportunities on the end to have these new beginnings. So I hope that you have a good week ahead. I will be back next Tuesday, as long as we keep spinning around the sun. And I hope you have a lovely new moon today. Have a good Scorpio new moon, and I will talk to you next week. Peace. Thank you for listening to the Cosmic Community Podcast. More can be found at kpov.org/thecosmiccommunity.